Welcome to the Hotel California, such a lovely place, such a lovely place. Plenty of room in the Hotel California. Any time of year, you can find it here. Hi there, my name is Sororus, and today I'm playing with the Shinobi for the one last time before he gets nerfed and basically becomes as useless as Orochi is at the moment, and that's sad news. And don't get me wrong, I completely agree with the changes. The Shinobi he was never OP, he was more of a really safe, really annoying to defeat characters, and changes needed to be made, and the changes that were made, they were good. The removing of super armor or the hyper armor or however it's called on Shinobi, that's just ridiculous, because it wasn't regular super armor, it couldn't even be interrupted with the bashes, so it was just a whole lot of craziness, and that needed to be gone, and it is very, very nice that it is now finally out of the game. But there is a problem. With the removal of the super armor, there is not much Shinobi can do. Like I said in the beginning, he's basically an Orochi. He has his light attacks, he has his heavy attacks, and yeah, sure, his heavy attacks, his second heavy attack in the chain has some cool properties. Also there is a kick, backflip. He will still be a little bit annoying to fight. He is still very, very safe to play if you wanna play that way, but he's lacking something, and with Orochi it's quite simple. All he needs is an unblockable. You know, if they kept Orochi as he is right now, or as he will become in the next season, which is in 2 days time, and just give the unblockable on the third hit of the chain, he would be awesome. But with Shinobi the picture is not so clear, and I will talk more about it in the next match, because looks like Chandy is no more. In the next match here I am, and as I was saying, the solution for Shinobi to make him viable and a little bit more interesting to play with and against is not quite simple, because if you give him an unblockable like I wish that Orochi gets, you have a problem, because his heavies, well, you can obviously not do it on the first heavy in the chain, and if you do it on a second heavy in a chain, that heavy being unblockable and then also being able to chain in those 3 lights as you've seen a couple seconds ago, it's not good. It would be a little bit too powerful, so there is not really much you can do that would make sense. One thing that I propose that I think would be really cool is if his kick was reverted to the way it was back in season 2 when the character, well, the first week of season 2 when the character originally released. Back then you could, it was much easier, the recoveries were lower, I think, and it was much easier to get it into sort of a 50-50 between the guard break and the kick. You could still react to it, but it was, if I had to compare it to something we have right now in the game, it was more like a Chandy kick, because it was reactable, but you still needed to kinda expect it, and it kept you on your toes, and it was good fun. So that's one of the changes that I propose, and with that I think Shinobi could become more fun and beautiful deflect here. That's another thing that is not really going in Shinobi's favor, and that is that his deflects are doing an insane amount of damage, and it's just crazy, and they even go good against hyper armor in some situations, hypothetically. I mean, sometimes it fails, but it fails much less than a regular deflect when you encounter a hyper armor heavy hero. Boof boof, those lights are beautiful. And you can still obviously just back away, and there is not much. You're... Oh, that was a heavy... That was a punish for a heavy attack. It looks so slow, but it was a light. Never mind. We get it either way. It's not a problem. Good fight. One more thing I would like to point out, in case it isn't already obvious for the previous two fights. I completely forgot how to use Shinobi. I played him a ton when he released, and then kind of like the Gladiator came, so I started playing him, and then that's it. That's my journey with the Shinobi. I played him for 3 months, almost 2 years ago, and it's... yeah, that's it. I don't even remember what the max punish is, which is really annoying. But I think it is something... It has something to do with a light and a heavy, and I know it's really not complicated and I'm just stupid for forgetting it. But either way, let's try and see what can we do against this Raider here. And ooh, that's beautiful. I love doing this. It is such a bullshit move, but it is so beautiful. And look at that damage. That is insane. Now, with that being said, I know that the previous video I cheated a little bit on the quote-unquote Orochi nerf, and this time around I'm cheating a little bit about the Shinobi nerf, which is obviously a nerf. And yeah, it was a little bit too optimistic to expect that GB to work 2 times in a row. But what I was trying to say is that the next season, I am personally really excited for it, and it actually looks amazing. I think that the Jormungandr will be the best, and for what it's worth, the most balanced hero that ever came out to this game, and I really love it. I cannot wait to play it. It looks like a ton of fun, a ton of good changes, and I also like how they keep hinting that there will maybe be a second Cataclysm in For Honor, which basically means that For Honor will have a year 4, and it's always great. I like it when the game that I'm playing has a bright future ahead of it, as much as it may not seem. Let's just leave him to bleed, or no, light. Okay, he bled out. It's nice to see the game that you really enjoy have something ahead of it, and with the addition of the spectator mode and I forgot how it's called. It's basically those test servers, but they're not test servers, they're called something else. And also, like I said, all of that hinting at the possible second Cataclysm, who knows, Yeah, I think it is, I could pretty confidently say that For Honor will most definitely have another year ahead of it, and that is just fantastic. I love it. Zone to finish you off, nope. Dodge, kick, backflip. Let's do another zone. DVO. Very nice indeed. Good fight. And for the final matchup of the day, we have what is considered to be a Shinobi counter, Mr. Hyper Armor himself. Now this might be hard, and that was a beautiful parry. It hurt a lot, but it was still very nice. One parry on my side as well. Now let's see. Boom. Was that it? Is that the max punish? I know I completely screwed it. And how was that not a deflect? Come on! I know I completely messed up my max punish against the Chandy in the first clip. And did they change it? Maybe it changed with the... No, Assassins... I don't know, I really don't know. If some of you guys know, make sure to let me know down in the comments, because I am currently clueless. And speaking of comments, in the yesterday's video I talked a little bit about how the Orochi balance change is pretty much just a slight nerf on higher levels. And I found it very funny how I'm having none of you do. I'm having none of that hyper armor of yours, just die already. What I find very funny is that there was a significant amount of comments that were like, fuck Orochi, fuck you, that's right, he deserves it, yeah, fuck Orochi, he needs to be nerfed to the ground. And I think this is hilarious because the exact people that are saying that, they obviously are new to the game, they have trouble against Orochi because he is a fast boy. And to be honest, that is understandable. At the beginning of the game we were too young, naive, and often getting hit by the Orochi light attacks. It was nothing that we didn't see. So it is completely understandable, but it is so ironic and funny that those people are exactly the type of people who will have more trouble against the quote-unquote reworked Orochi, because he will be faster and the damage nerf will not really affect them as much as the speed buff. So just something I found really funny, really interesting, and wanted to share with you guys. And that was once again a beautiful parry on my side and a beautiful parry on his side. I'm in danger. Probably gonna lose this round, yeah. Let's see, which execution does he have? The default? Is this the default one? Or the one that came out all the way back in season 1? I'm not sure. I really wanna get more into Berserker. He looks like a ton of fun to play. But for now, it's been enough screwing around. Let's finish this. Let's win this match. Come here, my love. Oh, that was beautiful. That was what I was trying to do in the first round. I don't know why didn't it work back then. And once again, he parries those lights like an African saber-toothed cat. Boof, boof. Boof for the win. And that is it. I hope you liked this video. If you did, smash the like button. If you didn't, smash it anyways. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But until next time, this has been Sororus.